In the last episode, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion had regrouped to reassess their quest to reboot Aethereia's harmonics, with Dr. Orion's revelations about subterranean ley lines sparking a renewed sense of purpose. They had decided to navigate the perilous tunnels in search of lost technologies, confronting the dark legacy of the Puppeteer's influence. As they journeyed deeper into the unknown, they faced internal power struggles and personal losses that tested Alex's leadership and vision. I take a deep breath, feeling the weight of our mission settling onto my shoulders. The darkness of the tunnel envelops me, the only sound the steady hum of Elara's suit life support and Dr. Orion's steady pace as he leads us deeper into the earth. We have to move quickly. The Puppeteer's influence is growing stronger by the minute. As we walk, I can feel the ley line's power coursing through the ground, a gentle vibration that seems to be calling to me. Dr. Orion stops suddenly, his eyes fixed on something ahead. "What's wrong?" I ask, my hand on the grip of my suit's built-in tool. He turns to me, his expression grim. "We've reached the first ley line." Elara's voice is low and urgent. "Can we harness its power?" Dr. Orion nods. "But we need to be careful. The Puppeteer's minions are likely to be nearby, waiting to ambush us." I glance around, my senses on high alert. We need to move. The air seems to charged with electricity as we approach the ley line. It's like nothing I've ever seen before, a glowing, crystalline structure that pulses with an otherworldly energy. Dr. Orion begins to work, his hands moving swiftly as he connects a device to the ley line. Elara stands watch, her rifle trained on the tunnel entrance. I join her, scanning the darkness for any sign of movement. The device hums to life and the ley line's energy surges. "It's working," I say, a surge of hope rising in my chest, but it's short-lived. A loud explosion rocks the tunnel, sending us stumbling back. Elara's cry of alarm is followed by the sound of blaster fire. I dash to Dr. Orion's side, helping him to his feet. We have to get out of here now. The tunnel is filling with smoke, and the sound of footsteps echoes through the air. We're not alone. The Puppeteer's minions have found us. My heart racing, I grab Elara's arm and pull her toward me. We need to keep moving. The ley line's power is still pulsing, but it's not enough to protect us. We have to find a way out of this tunnel and back to the surface. But as we stumble through the smoke, I realize that we're not just fighting for our lives, we're fighting for the future of Aethereia itself. The thought sends a surge of determination through me. We will not give up. We'll find a way to reboot the harmonics, no matter what it takes. The darkness closes in around us, but I know that we're not alone. We have each other and we have the ley lines. Together, we might just have a chance to save Aethereia. But as we emerge from the tunnel, I'm met with a sight that makes my blood run cold. The Puppeteer's minions are waiting for us, their blasters drawn. And in the distance, I see a figure watching us, a figure I never thought I'd see again. My heart skips a beat as I realize that our journey is far from over. In fact, it's only just beginning. Previously, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion navigated perilous tunnels to harness the power of subterranean ley lines to reboot Aethereia's harmonics, but were ambushed by the Puppeteer's minions, leading to a desperate bid for survival and a shocking revelation, the return of a figure thought to be lost. As I gaze upon the face I thought I'd never see again, my heart feels like it's shattering into a million pieces. Asher, my former friend, now a Puppeteer-controlled minion, stands before me, his eyes devoid of all warmth, all humanity. I'm frozen in shock, unsure of how to process this new development. But I know I can't let my emotions get the better of me. Not now, not ever. I force myself to focus, my grip on Elara's arm tightening as I pull her closer. We need to get out of here fast. Dr. Orion nods, his eyes darting between the surrounding minions and the ley line's energy. "I've got an idea," he says, a hint of desperation creeping into his voice. The ley line's power might be enough to disrupt the Puppeteer's hold on Asher. It's a long shot, but it's worth a try. I glance at Asher, my heart heavy with grief of what my friend has become. "Let's do it," I say, my voice firm, resolute. Elara nods, her rifle pointed at the minions as Dr. Orion begins to work. The energy builds and I can feel it pulsing through the air. Asher's eyes flicker, a glimmer of recognition flashing in his eyes. "It's working," I whisper, hope surging through me, but it's short-lived. The puppeteer's influence is too strong and Asher's eyes turn icy cold once more. "We're out of time," Elara says, her voice strained. I glance around, realizing we're surrounded. "We have to make a stand," I say, my heart pounding in my chest. For Asher, for Aethereia, for our own survival. We form a tight circle, our backs to each other, our eyes scanning the horizon. The battle begins, and I know we'll fight with every ounce of strength we possess. We'll fight for the future, for the hope of a brighter tomorrow, and for the chance to reclaim Aethereia from the puppeteer's grasp previously. Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion fought to free Asher from the puppeteer's grasp, only to be surrounded by minions, forcing them to make a desperate stand for survival and the future of Aethereia. As the battle rages on, I feel the weight of every punch, every kick, every shot fired resonating through my very being. The minions seem endless, their sheer numbers threatening to overwhelm us at any moment. Elara's rifle clicks empty, Dr. Orion's energy dwindling as he struggles to keep the ley line's power flowing. I'm the last one standing, my fists bleeding, my vision blurring. Just as all hope seems lost, a flash of light illuminates the dark tunnel and a towering figure emerges from the shadows. It's Archaea, the ancient Aethereian guardian, her ethereal form radiating an aura of power and wisdom. With a single swift motion, she dispatches the remaining minions, her presence calming the air as if the very fabric of reality itself. As the dust settles, I gaze upon Asher, still trapped in the puppeteer's grasp. Archaea's eyes onto mine, and I sense a deep understanding, a shared determination to free Aethereia from the dark forces that bind it. The resonant frequency, Archaea's voice whispers, echoing through my mind. It is the key to unlocking the planet's harmonics. The ancient artifact, hidden deep within the planet's core, holds the secret to rebooting the frequency. I glance at Elara, Dr. Orion, and Asher, and I know what I must do. I take a deep breath, steeling myself for the impossible task ahead. "We'll need to journey to the planet's core," I say, my voice firm, resolute. "We'll need to retrieve the artifact and reboot the frequency." Archaea nods, her form shimmering as she begins to fade. "I will guide you, Alex. I will show you the path." As the guardian vanishes, I turn to my companions, my eyes locking onto each of theirs. We'll face impossible odds, treacherous landscapes, and unimaginable dangers, but I know we'll do it. We'll do it for Asher, for Aethereia, and for the hope of a brighter tomorrow. With a deep breath, I take my first step forward into the unknown as the fate of Aethereia hangs in the balance. Previously, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion fought to free Asher from the puppeteer's grasp, only to be surrounded by minions, forcing us to make a desperate stand for survival and the future of Aethereia. Archaea, the ancient Aethereian guardian, emerged from the shadows, dispatching the remaining minions and revealing the key to rebooting the frequency, retrieving the ancient artifact deep within the planet's core. As I take my first step forward, the weight of the task settles in. The air grows thick with anticipation, and I can feel the collective gaze of my companions upon me. Elara's rifle still hangs limp at her side, Dr. Orion's energy depleted, and Asher's eyes fixed on me with a mix of desperation and hope. I must lead, I must navigate this treacherous path, and I must not falter. "We'll need to move quickly," I say, my voice steady, as I scan our surroundings. The dark tunnel stretches out like a void, punctuated only by the faint luminescence of ancient Aethereian runes etched into the walls. They'll guide us through the treacherous passages to the planet's core. I glance at Dr. Orion and nod. "We'll need your expertise to decipher the runes, Dr. Elara. Your marksmanship skills will be crucial in case of any ambushes." "Asher." I pause, my heart heavy with the weight of his captivity. "Asher, I'll get you out of this place, I promise." As I speak, the tunnel begins to shift, the walls groan, and the air trembles. The runes on the walls start to glow, casting an ethereal light before us. Dr. Orion's eyes widening as he scans the symbols, his fingers dancing across his datapad as he works to decipher the ancient language. "LL need to move swiftly," he says, his eyes locked onto mine. "The tunnels are shifting, and we don't have much time before they collapse." Without another word, we set off, our footsteps echoing through the tunnels as we delve deeper into the heart of Aethereia. The air grows thick with the smell of molten rock, and the sound of ancient machinery hums in the distance. We're getting close, and I can feel the artifact's presence, calling to me like a beacon in the dark. As we navigate the twisting passages, the runes on the walls begin to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Elara's grip on her rifle tightens, her eyes darting about the tunnel, her senses on high alert. Dr. Orion's pace quickening as he works to unlock the secrets of the ancient runes. The air grows hotter, the rock around us groaning as ancient mechanisms awaken from their slumber. I can sense the artifact's power coursing through the planet's core, calling to me like a siren's call. Suddenly, the tunnel opens up into a vast cavern, the ceiling lost in darkness, and the walls gleaming with a rainbow of colors. In the center of the cavern stands an ancient Aethereian structure, pulsating with an otherworldly energy. "The artifact," I whisper, my voice barely audible over the hum of the machinery. "It's here." As we move closer, the air crackles with energy, and I can feel the weight of Aethereia's fate hanging in the balance. We're one step away from rebooting the planet's harmonics and shattering the Puppeteer's grip on this world. But as we reach out to claim it, a voice booms from the shadows, echoing off the cavern walls. "Y'all never leave this place alive." The voice growls and a figure emerges from the darkness, its eyes fixed on me with an unyielding hatred. The Puppeteer's influence will never be undone previously. Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion fought to free Asher from the Puppeteer's grasp, only to be surrounded by minions, forcing us to make a desperate stand for survival and the future of Aethereia. Archaea, the ancient Aethereian guardian, emerged from the shadows, dispatching the remaining minions and revealing the key to rebooting the frequency, retrieving the ancient artifact deep within the planet's core. As the figure emerges from the darkness, its eyes fixed on me with an unyielding hatred, I can feel the air thicken with anticipation. The artifact, mere steps away, seems to hum with an otherworldly energy, as if sensing the impending confrontation. "Kale," I say, my voice firm, yet laced with a hint of sadness. The Puppeteer's most trusted enforcer stands before me, once a rebel leader, now twisted by the dark influence. I never thought it would come to this. Kale's gaze doesn't waver, his eyes burning with an intensity that chills me to the bone. "You were always naive, Alex. You thought you could change the course of Aethereia's fate, but you're nothing but a pawn." The Puppeteer's game. Elara's rifle raises, her finger hovering over the trigger, but I intervene, my hand on her arm. "Not yet," I whisper. "There's still a chance to redeem him." Dr. Orion takes a step forward, his eyes locked on Kale. "The Puppeteer's influence is powerful, but it's not absolute. There's still a spark of rebellion within you, Kale. I've seen it in the data." Kale's laughter sends shivers down my spine. "You know nothing, Doctor. The Puppeteer has shown me the true power of Aethereia, and with this artifact, it'll crush the last remnants of resistance." As Kale takes a step forward, the air crackles with energy, and I can feel the planet's core responding to the artifact's power. I know I must act fast, or risk losing everything we've fought for. With a deep breath, I take a step forward, my palm open and my eyes locked on Kale's. "I'm not going to fight you, Kale. I'm going to show you the truth. The Puppeteer has manipulated you, used your fear and anger against you, but it's not too late to break free." For a moment, his gaze falters, and I see a glimmer of the rebel leader I once knew. But the Puppeteer's influence is too strong, and Kale's face twists into a snarl. "You're just trying to distract me," he growls, his hand extending and a dark energy shooting towards us. We scatter, dodging the blast, and Elara returns fire, her rifle blazing as we take cover behind ancient pillars. Dr. Orion works furiously, trying to hack into the ancient machinery, to harness the artifact's power and turn the tide of battle. As the fight rages on, I realize that our chances of success are dwindling. Kale's power, fueled by the Puppeteer's influence, is relentless. We need a new plan and fast, or risk losing Aethereia's fate and our own. With a deep breath, I make a split-second decision. Elara, cover me. Dr. Orion, can you before I can finish? Dr. Orion's eyes light up, and a smile spreads across his face. I've got it, Alex. The artifact's power can be harnessed, but it requires I nod, not waiting for the explanation. Do it, Doctor. We don't have a choice. With a flicker of light, Dr. Orion activates the ancient machinery. The cavern begins to shake, and the artifact glows with an intensity that borders on unbearable. Kale's eyes widen in shock, and for a moment he's stunned. That's all the time we need. Alex, now, Elara shouts, her voice piercing the chaos. With a deep breath, I sprint towards the artifact, the power of Aethereia coursing through my veins. I can feel the planet's harmonics responding, the resonant frequency awakening from its slumber. As I reach out to claim the artifact, Kale's scream of rage echoes through the cavern, and the air around us erupts in a maelstrom of energy and chaos. Previously, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion fought to free Asher from the Puppeteer's grasp, only to be surrounded by minions, and then received unexpected aid from Archaea, the ancient Aethereian guardian, who revealed the key to rebooting the frequency, retrieving the ancient artifact deep within the planet's core. Now, as we confront Kale, the Puppeteer's most trusted enforcer, the stakes are higher than ever. The air is heavy with tension as I stand before Kale, the artifact mere steps away. Dr. Orion's plan is in motion, and I can feel the ancient machinery humming to life. With a burst of adrenaline, I sprint towards the artifact, the power of Aethereia coursing through my veins. As I reach out to claim it, a blinding flash of light envelops me, and I feel the planet's harmonics respond, the resonant frequency awakening from its slumber. The cavern begins to shake, and the air erupts in a maelstrom of energy and chaos. I emerge from the flash, the artifact glowing brightly in my hand. Kale's eyes are wide with shock, and for a moment, he's stunned. Elara takes advantage of the reprieve, firing her rifle to drive Kale back. Dr. Orion works furiously, channeling the artifact's power into the ancient machinery. The cavern begins to transform, the walls crackling with energy as the resonant frequency builds in intensity. I feel Aethereia's dormant harmonics stirring, responding to the artifact's power. It's working, we're actually doing it. But Kale recovers quickly, his face twisted in rage. You fools, he snarls, summoning a dark energy that threatens to crush us. You think you can defeat the Puppeteer? I'll show you the true power of Aethereia. With a burst of speed, Elara tackles Kale, their bodies crashing to the ground as they exchange blows. Dr. Orion continues to channel the artifact's power, the ancient machinery groaning under the strain. I stand tall, the artifact pulsing with energy in my hand as I face the heart of the cavern. The resonant frequency reaches a critical point, and the cavern begins to shake violently. The walls crack, and ancient debris rains down around us. I stumble, nearly losing my footing, but Elara and Dr. Orion hold firm. Suddenly, the cavern is bathed in a blinding light, and the air is filled with the sweet song of Aethereia's harmonics. The resonant frequency has reached its peak, and the planet's dormant harmonics are awakening. As the light fades, I gaze upon a transformed landscape. The cavern walls, once dull and lifeless, now shimmer with an otherworldly energy. The air is alive with the hum of Aethereia's harmonics, and I feel the planet's pulse beating strong and free. But our triumph is short-lived, as Kale's twisted form rises from the dust, his eyes blazing with fury. You may have won this battle, he growls, but the war is far from over. Elara stands tall, her rifle trained on Kale. As Dr. Orion works to harness the artifact's power, I grip the artifact tightly, feeling Aethereia's harmonics coursing through me. We've taken a crucial step towards rebirth, but the journey ahead will be fraught with danger. As we stand victorious but wary, a new question looms. What other challenges await us on the path to rebirth? Previously, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion fought against all odds to reboot Aethereia's harmonics, retrieving the ancient artifact and harnessing its power to awaken the planet's dormant harmonics. But their victory was short-lived as Kale, the Puppeteer's most trusted enforcer, vowed that the war was far from over. As the cavern continues to tremble with the resonant frequency's aftershocks, I glance at Elara, her eyes fixed on Kale, her rifle still trained on the enforcer. Dr. Orion's hands move swiftly, channeling the artifact's energy into the ancient machinery. The air is electric with tension, and I know we can't let our guard down. Not yet. Kale, you're a relic of the past, I declare, my voice firm, the artifact's power coursing through me. The Puppeteer's grip on Aethereia is slipping. It's time to surrender. Kale's laughter is cold, mirthless. You think the Puppeteer will let you win so easily? You're just a fleeting obstacle. It'll crush you, and Aethereia will remain under the Puppeteer's control. With a fluid motion, Kale summons a dark energy shield, deflecting Elara's rifle fire. Dr. Orion's machinery hums in response, amplifying the artifact's power. I feel the ancient Aethereian energy responding, reacting to the enforcer's aggressive move. As the shield dissipates, Elara seizes the opportunity, closing in on Kale. Dr. Orion's machinery roars to life, channeling the artifact's power into a localized blast. I raise my hand and the blast converges on Kale, sending him flying backward. The enforcer crashes to the ground, stunned. For a moment, the cavern is silent, the only sound the hum of Aethereia's harmonics. I approach Kale, the artifact still pulsing with power in my hand. You've lost, I state, my voice firm. It's time to surrender. Kale's eyes flash with hatred, but I see something else there, too, a glimmer of uncertainty. For the first time, I sense that the enforcer is not as confident as he seems. Suddenly, the cavern trembles again, the resonant frequency spiking. The ancient machinery groans and Dr. Orion's eyes widen in alarm. What's happening? I demand, glancing at the scientist. The artifact's power is destabilizing the planet's core, Dr. Orion warns. We need to find a way to stabilize the frequency before it's too late. Elara's rifle is still trained on Kale, but her gaze flicks to me, concern etched on her face. I know that look, it's a warning, a reminder that our journey is far from over. As we stand there, poised on the brink of a new crisis, I realize that our struggle for Aethereia's rebirth has only just begun. The stakes are higher than ever, and the challenges ahead will test our courage, ingenuity, and determination. But I'm not afraid. With Elara and Dr. Orion by my side, I know we can overcome any obstacle. We'll find a way to stabilize the frequency, to harness the artifact's power, and to bring Aethereia back to life. The journey ahead will be fraught with danger, but I'm ready. I'm ready to face whatever comes next, armed with the power of Aethereia's harmonics and the determination to forge a brighter future. Previously, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion successfully rebooted Aethereia's harmonics, but their victory was short-lived as Kale, the Puppeteer's most trusted enforcer, vowed to continue the war. As the cavern trembles with the resonant frequency's aftershocks, the trio must face a new crisis, stabilizing the planet's core before it's too late. As I glance at Elara, her eyes locked onto Kale, I sense a jolt of unease. The artifact's power still resonates within me, but I know that our window of opportunity is closing fast. Dr. Orion's machinery hums in the background, a reminder that time is running out. We need to act now, I declare, my voice firm. We can't let the planet's core destabilize further. We have to find a way to stabilize the frequency, and fast. Elara nods, her rifle still trained on Kale. I'll keep him contained. You focus on finding a solution, Alex. Dr. Orion's eyes light up with determination. I think I can modify the ancient machinery to resonate at a harmonic frequency that will stabilize the planet's core. But I'll need your help, Alex. Without hesitation, I nod. Let's do it. We'll work together to find a way to harness the artifact's power and save Aethereia. As we dive into the task at hand, Kale's laughter echoes through the cavern, a cold, mirthless sound that sends shivers down my spine. "You'll never succeed," he taunts. "The puppeteer will crush you and Aethereia will remain under our control." I grit my teeth, my determination renewed. I'll prove Kale wrong. I'll find a way to stabilize the planet's core and I'll bring Aethereia back to life. With Elara's watchful eye on Kale, Dr. Orion and I work tirelessly to modify the ancient machinery. The air is electric with tension as we race against time, but I'm fueled by my conviction that we can do this. Hours blur together as we work, the only sound the hum of the machinery and the occasional tremor of the planet's core. Sweat drips down my forehead, but I'm undeterred. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, Dr. Orion's eyes light up with excitement. "Alex, I think we did it," he exclaims. "The modified machinery is resonating at the harmonic frequency. We just need to channel the artifact's power into it." I take a deep breath, my heart pounding in my chest. This is our last chance to save Aethereia. With the artifact's power coursing through me, I raise my hand, and the energy converges on the modified machinery. The air is filled with an expectant silence as the cavern holds its breath. And then, slowly but surely, the planet's core begins to stabilize. The tremors cease, and the air is filled with an eerie stillness. We did it! We saved Aethereia. But as I turn to Elara and Dr. Orion, grins of triumph on their faces, I sense a new threat looming on the horizon. Kale's eyes are fixed on me, a cold, calculating glint in his gaze. I know that look. It's a promise of retribution, of vengeance. "You may have won this battle," he says, his voice dripping with venom, "but the war is far from over. The puppeteer will not be defeated so easily." I square my shoulders, my heart still racing from our narrow victory. I know that Kale is right, our struggle is far from over. But I'm ready. I'm ready to face whatever comes next, armed with the power of Aethereia's harmonics and the determination to forge a brighter future. The journey ahead will be fraught with danger, but I'm not afraid. With Elara and Dr. Orion by my side, I know that we can overcome any obstacle. We'll rebuild Aethereia, stronger and better than before. We'll bring hope back to this desolate world, and we'll forge a brighter future for all its inhabitants. The war is far from over, but I'm ready. I'm ready to face whatever comes next, armed with courage, conviction, and the power of Aethereia's harmonics. Previously, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion successfully rebooted Aethereia's harmonics, but their victory was short-lived as Kale, the puppeteer's most trusted enforcer, vowed to continue the war. As the cavern trembles with the resonant frequencies aftershocks, the trio must face a new crisis, stabilizing the planet's core before it's too late. As I stand victorious, the artifact's power still resonating within me, I sense a jolt of unease. Kale's cold gaze lingers, a promise of retribution. The war may be far from over, but for now, we've earned a fleeting moment of respite. Dr. Orion's machinery hums in the background, a reminder that our work is far from done. Elara's watchful eye remains fixed on Kale, her rifle still trained on the puppeteer's enforcer. I take a deep breath, my heart still racing from our narrow victory. In this moment of fragile peace, I turn to my companions, my friends. "We did it," I say, my voice barely above a whisper. "We saved Aethereia." Elara's face softens, a hint of a smile on her lips. Dr. Orion's eyes shine with pride, his face etched with exhaustion. We share a moment of quiet triumph, the weight of our achievement settling upon us. But as we bask in the glow of our victory, I know that we can't afford to linger. Kale's threat still hangs in the air, a promise of vengeance. We must press on, forge ahead, and prepare for the battles to come. With a deep breath, I turn to my companions. We need to regroup, reassess, and rebuild. We have to be ready for what's next. Elara nods, her grip on her rifle tightening. Dr. Orion's eyes snap back into focus, his mind already racing with the challenges ahead. Together, we set our sights on the horizon, our hearts filled with a sense of purpose, our spirits renewed. The war may be far from over, but we're ready. We're ready to face whatever comes next, armed with the power of Aethereia's harmonics and the determination to forge a brighter future. As we stand united, the cavern begins to fade into the background, the shadows receding as a new light dawns on the horizon. The road ahead will be fraught with danger, but with Elara and Dr. Orion by my side, I know that we can overcome any obstacle. Well rebuild Aethereia, stronger and better than before. Well bring hope back to this desolate world and well forge a brighter future for all its inhabitants. The war may be far from over, but we're ready. We're ready to face whatever comes next, armed with courage, conviction, and the power of Aethereia's harmonics. With a deep breath, I take the first step forward into the unknown. The journey ahead will be long and arduous, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid because I know that I'm not alone. I have Elara, Dr. Orion, and the power of Aethereia's harmonics on my side. Together, we'll face whatever comes next and we'll emerge victorious. We'll bring light to the darkness, hope to the hopeless, and a brighter future to this forsaken world. The war may be far from over, but we're ready. We're ready to face whatever comes next, and we'll emerge triumphant. Previously, Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion successfully rebooted Aethereia's harmonics, but their victory was short-lived as Kale, the Puppeteer's most trusted enforcer, vowed to continue the war. As the cavern trembles with the resonant frequencies aftershocks, the trio must face a new crisis, stabilizing the planet's core before it's too late. As we take our first steps forward, the ground trembles beneath our feet. The cavern's walls, once a dull gray, now shimmer with a faint, pulsing light. The air is alive with an electric sense of possibility. Our victory may have been narrow, but it's sparked a chain reaction that's spreading across Aethereia. Dr. Orion's machinery hums with renewed purpose, and Elara's watchful gaze scans the horizon, ever vigilant for signs of danger. But amidst this sense of hope and renewal, a shadow looms. Kale's threat lingers, a cold, dark presence that refuses to be forgotten. His vow to continue the war still echoes in my mind, a reminder that our work is far from over. I can feel the weight of his promise settling upon me, a crushing burden that threatens to consume me. As we venture deeper into the unknown, our path is fraught with peril. We navigate treacherous tunnels and abandoned strongholds, avoiding the Puppeteer's minions and facing internal power struggles within the rebel cabal. Personal losses test my leadership and vision, pushing me to the brink of despair. But I refuse to give in. Even in the darkest moments, I find strength in our bond, in the determination and courage that Elara and Doctor together, we rally, inspired by acts of defiance and ingenuity that chip away at the Puppeteer's grip on Aethereia's collective consciousness. As we push forward, the stakes escalate. The cavern's walls begin to close in, the air growing thick with tension. We're racing against time, fighting to stabilize the planet's core before it's too late. I can feel the weight of Aethereia's fate on my shoulders, crushing me beneath its weight. But I won't give in. I won't surrender to the fear that's clawing at my heart. I draw strength from Elara's unwavering support, from Dr. Orion's unshakable conviction. Together, we stand as one, a beacon of hope in the darkness. In this fragile moment, we find an irreversible spark of resistance. We shatter the transmission's hold on Aethereia, and a brighter future beckons. The road ahead will be fraught with danger, but with Elara and Dr. Orion by my side, I know that we can overcome any obstacle. We'll rebuild Aethereia, stronger and better than before. We'll bring hope back to this desolate world, and we'll forge a brighter future for all its inhabitants. The war may be far from over, but we're ready. We're ready to face whatever comes next, armed with courage, conviction, and the power of Aethereia's harmonics. As we stand on the cusp of rebirth, our hearts filled with a sense of purpose and our spirits renewed, I know that we'll face the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. We'll carry the weight of our triumph and the burden of our failures, forging a path forward, where hope and resilience will forge a reborn world, alive with possibility. The war may be far from over, but we're ready. We're ready to face whatever comes next, and we'll emerge victorious. Well, bring light to the darkness, hope to the hopeless, and a brighter future to this forsaken world previously. Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion successfully stabilized Aethereia's core, but Kale's vow to continue the war loomed large, casting a shadow over their hard-won victory. As I stand at the threshold of our new beginning, the air thick with the promise of rebirth, a nagging sense of unease stirs within me. I feel the weight of responsibility settling upon me like a mantle, the fate of Aethereia's future precariously balanced on the narrow fulcrum of my leadership. The echoes of Kale's vow to continue the war resound through my being, a haunting reminder that our work is far from over. I glance at Elara, her eyes fixed on the horizon, a gaze that whispers not yet in the silence. And then, like a spark of electricity on a stormy evening, it hits me. Aethereia's resonant frequency, now rebooted and pulsing with life, is not just a symbol of hope, it's a beacon calling out to the lost and the hidden. I recall Dr. Orion's words about the ancient Aethereian artifact, capable of rebooting the dormant harmonics. The revelation sends a shiver down my spine as I comprehend the enormity of what lies before us. The artifact, hidden in the heart of the subterranean ley lines, holds the key to Aethereia's core. With a sense of determination that borders on desperation, I turn to Elara and Dr. Orion. We have to find that artifact, I say, the words tumbling out of my mouth as if driven by a force beyond my control. We have to find it, and we have to do it now. Elara's eyes narrow, her gaze piercing the darkness. You're talking about the ancient Aethereian relic, aren't you? She says, her voice low, as if she's already anticipating the dangers that lie ahead. I nod, the weight of my decision settling upon me like a mantle. I'm talking about the only way we can ensure Aethereia's future. We have to find that artifact, no matter the cost. Dr. Orion's eyes light up with a spark of excitement. I've been studying the ley lines, Alex. I think I can lead us to the artifact. I nod, a sense of trepidation creeping up my spine. Then let's do it. We have to move now before Kale and the Puppeteer's minions catch up with us. With a deep breath, we venture into the unknown, the pulsing light of the cavern's walls our only guide. The stakes are higher than ever before, but I know that we'll emerge victorious. I know that we'll face every obstacle, every challenge, and every danger that lies ahead. We'll find that artifact and we'll reboot Aethereia's harmonics once and for all. As we step into the unknown, the darkness seems to recoil, as if it's aware that the course of history is about to change previously. Alex, Elara, and Dr. Orion successfully stabilized Aethereia's core, but Kale's vow to continue the war loomed large, casting a shadow over their hard-won victory. The fate of Aethereia's future precariously balanced on the narrow fulcrum of Alex's leadership. We journey deeper into the heart of the subterranean ley lines, guiding us through treacherous tunnels and hidden chambers. Every step echoed with the weight of our quest to find the ancient Aethereian artifact. Dr. Orion's calculations led us through a labyrinth of twisted rock and ancient structures, each step bringing us closer to our goal. The air grew thick with anticipation as we approached the artifact's resting place. I could feel the power of the resonant frequency emanating from the relic, calling to me like a beacon in the darkness. Elara's hand grasped mine, her eyes fixed on the chamber ahead. As we entered the artifact's resting place, the room was bathed in an ethereal glow. The relic itself sat atop a pedestal, radiating an intense energy that seemed to pulse in harmony with Aethereia's own rhythm. I felt an overwhelming sense of wonder and reverence as I approached the pedestal, my heart pounding in anticipation. Suddenly, Kale's voice echoed through the chamber, his words dripping with malice. "You'll never leave this place alive," he sneered, as his minions emerged from the shadows. Without hesitation, Elara drew her blade, standing guard beside me as Dr. Orion readied his equipment to harness the artifact's power. I felt a surge of determination, my heart pounding in rhythm of Aethereia's own beat. The battle raged on, our movements a blur of steel and energy as we fought against Kale's minions. Elara's blade sliced through the darkness, her steps fluid and deadly. Dr. Orion's equipment hummed to life, channeling the artifact's energy into the planet's core. I stood at the forefront, my presence a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming odds. As the fight reached its climax, I felt the power of Aethereia's harmonics surging to life within me. The resonant frequency pulsed through my veins, imbuing me with an unyielding sense of purpose. I raised my hands and the artifact's energy responded, blasting Kale's minions back and shattering the hold of the Puppeteer's transmission. The chamber was silent, the only sound the gentle hum of the artifact as it pulsed with life. I turned to Elara and Dr. Orion, my heart filled with a sense of pride and unity. We had done the impossible, rebooted Aethereia's harmonics and shattering the chains of oppression. As we stood victorious, the artifact's energy spreading throughout the planet, I felt the weight of our journey lifting. Aethereia's future, once shrouded in darkness, now radiated with hope. I smiled, feeling the warmth of the sun on my face as Elara's hand grasped mine, and Dr. Orion's eyes sparkled with tears of joy. We stood on the threshold of a new era, our bond forged in the fire of adversity, our determination illuminating a path forward, not just for ourselves, but for the entire planet. The echoes of our journey faded into the silence as we embarked on a brighter future, where hope and resilience forged a reborn world, alive with possibility. Epilogue. As the years passed, Aethereia flourished, its harmonics resonating in harmony with its people. I stood on the precipice of a new dawn, Elara by my side, Dr. Orion's laughter echoing in the distance. The artifact, now a symbol of hope, stood as a testament to our journey, its power a reminder of the unbreakable bonds forged in the darkest of times. I gazed out at the horizon, the sun rising over a world reborn, and smiled, knowing that the course of history had forever been altered. The stars twinkled like diamonds in the morning light, as I whispered a silent thanks to the universe for giving us a second chance.